Breaking news! The Lagena brothers have just found something that made them shudder, and the once buzzing dig ended abruptly. What terrifying mystery have they concealed? The reality they discovered might never be accepted by the world. The History Channel's popular reality series, The Curse of Oak Island, has come under fire in recent weeks following the discovery of some centuries-old indigenous artifacts, which prompted local officials to shut down a large portion of the show's dig operation, causing several archaeologists to be sent packing. Fans are already speculating as to whether the Lagenas and their crew will ever experience a return to normalcy, not to mention the future of Oak Island. During the final dig on the island, the Lagena brothers and their crew unearthed a bizarre find leading to the closure of Excavation. While the Lagena brothers and metal detector specialist Gary Drayton have mostly found mud, wood, and other metal implements on the 140 acres of the purportedly cursed Oak Island, they have also found a number of rare artifacts. But what precisely are these insane discoveries they managed during the final excavation in the whimsical realm of Oak Island? There is yet another challenge for the men on the Curse of Oak Island. In an effort to prevent them from digging on the island, the Canadian government intervened. Finding underground entrances to what they think is the riches was the objective, though. Regrettably, bureaucracy is getting in the way. The team discovered what could have been a hidden room next to the garden shaft. Doug engaged Dumas Contracting Limited to come in and work as excavators to dig them down and into these potential chambers. He did this by giving them a call. They think they have discovered pathways leading to a potential hidden treasure on the island. The crew was forced to wait since it would take 50 days to descend 75 feet as a result. They thought they may have just discovered a network of tunnels and chambers leading to the fabled hidden wealth. Additionally, they think one of the artifacts they discovered was of Viking provenance, which is much older than they had anticipated. But there is a new issue now. The hire of excavators, according to the Canadian government, indicates that the Lagena brothers require a mining warrant. Even though they are not officially mining, red tape has once again turned the authorities against the crew searching for wealth. Not all fans, though, appeared shocked. The Canadian government wants to stop a group of well-documented gold diggers from blindly rebuilding a wooden shaft that descends to an unknowable depth on an island where 6 treasure hunters have already perished doing the same thing. And they're the bad guys in this situation, a fan wrote on Reddit. The Canadian government has already meddled with the Lagena brothers' search for treasure on the Curse of Oak Island. They stopped conducting a significant portion of the island's excavation work in 2021. The Lagena brothers' crew discovered many hundred-year-old indigenous artifacts at this time. The crew found First Nation Mi'kmaq pottery fragments on the island during Season 9. Marty Lagena stated in an episode at the time that they would avoid using archaeological techniques as they awaited the outcome of the situation. The only change that came as a consequence was a tightening of the show's rules. The brothers switched from conventional archaeological approaches to unconventional digging tactics at that time. This season they improved on that by mapping out places beneath the island using modern technology, allowing them to locate hints and potential entrance routes without needlessly excavating. But the excavation led to a fresh dispute with the Canadian authorities. Will obstacles keep standing in the way of the Lagena brothers' search for the lost fortune on the Curse of Oak Island? Who knows? In the 6th season episode Voyage to the Bottom of the Cenote, things take a worrying turn as treasure seeker Marty Lagena makes the optimistic but hasty declaration, "Here we are in H8. We're going to keep looking. What may possibly fail?" When metal detecting specialist Gary Drayton discovers a possible top pocket discovery amid the loot, the squad has no notion of the fate that is about to befall them. Coming from the more optimistic of the 2 treasure-hunting Lagena brothers, these words have an especially ominous ring to them. In a recent episode, the action in the Money Pit area came to a similar sudden halt when someone found what could be a bone fragment. The more the Lagena brothers and their team excavate, the closer they reach the legendary treasure. It's been almost a decade since they worked on unearthing the truth, but unfortunately they never reached such a great height until now. This season left them, and their fans shocked when they brought such discoveries to the audience's platter. However, things will take to the next level in The Curse of Oak Island Season 10, Episode 25, when the new discoveries connect all the pieces together. So, are they close to locating the treasure? Well, fans are curious to learn this. And the hits keep coming. The next episode will solve another enigma. On Lot 5, Laird Niven resumes his excavation work. The crew will search for the secret buried beneath the triangle-shaped marsh as they move on. The team will continue digging, but they will soon get startling information that links Lot 5 to the triangle-shaped marsh. When the crew keeps digging in Money Pit, they'll also discover a remarkable discovery. They are now more prepared than ever to solve the puzzle. Marty, Craig, and Charles have been getting ready to down the 82-foot shaft for the past week. The crew didn't think there could be a tunnel underneath the shaft's terminus, since one of the sides kept sinking. They chose to independently verify it despite this theory. Charles made the decision to go first and offer his services to everybody, but he had to go through specialized training first in order to achieve this. He descended and observed the garden shaft's dropping corner. After what he had seen, the group decided to dig at the bottom to see if there were any potential tunnels nearby. Marty, though, placed a hold on it. He intended to perform a self-check but needed more time to complete his dedicated training. Meanwhile, Alex, Rick, and Peter traveled to Italy to consult Umberto Musa, a specialist in coins and artifacts from antiquity. He examined the coins and found Oak Island had some ties to the Roman Empire as well. This happened as a result of one of the coins being a Roman coin. Byzantine gold coins were weighed against another coin to determine whether or not they were genuine. Laird Niven's continuing drilling on Lot 5 resulted in their most recent finding. In the meantime, Rick kept searching for answers in the area known as Nolan's Cross, but for the time being, the group keeps looking into the enigmatic circular depression in the marsh. They discover ceramic shards and charcoal fragments that they surmise may be remnants of a cooking pot or a campfire. The lead artifact that was discovered in the swamp is examined by experts in the war room. They think it is a lead cross and that it was probably made in France. This could be proof that the French had anything to do with the Oak Island enigma. The group looked for tunnels beneath the garden shaft using a probing drill. They discovered a little quantity of wood that could be proof of a tunnel. This time, Gary Drayton uses a metal detector to check the recent spoils while the heavy equipment operator continues his work. Two substantial iron spikes that Gary immediately finds are both dated to the 1700s. If the artifacts are actually from the 18th century, the narrator speculates that Smith's Cove flood tunnel builders rather than the Truro Company, who built Shaft 5 in 1850, are more likely to have left them behind. Later that day, Marty, Lagena, and Craig Tester participate via Skype at the War Room meeting of the Fellowship of the Dig. The crew is informed by Marty and Craig that they just met Jeremy Church, a geophysicist working for Eagle Canada's seismic exploration business, who appears in Season 6, Episodes 1 and 3. The data from the extensive seismic survey of the eastern half of Oak Island that Church and the rest of the Eagle Canada team completed back in Season 7, Episode 6 has finally been analyzed. The information points to the existence of an anomaly at a depth of around 60 feet close to the southeast corner of the cave-in pit. The anomaly significantly resembles the Smith's Cove flood tunnel since it is linear and looks to be moving toward the Money Pit. Remember how GPR specialists Steve Watson and Don Johnston found several subterranean anomalies close to the cave-in pit in Season 7, Episode 2? One of them was located at a depth of 82 feet, and the other was located at a depth of 91 feet. Following exploratory drilling, it was discovered that 4 feet of sand were present between 99 and 109 feet below the surface. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more blues from the world of mysteries. Today, Oak Island is still a fascinating location where tourists may follow in the footsteps of the pioneers by exploring the Money Pit's depths and taking in the incredible find that permanently altered the course of history. The island serves as a reminder that there are still mysteries to be solved, secrets to be revealed, and treasures hiding in the most unlikely locations. From wandering in the water looking for clues to the buried dam, to strangely discover 5 ancient coins, and one of them is a Chinese coin in Canadian waters, which opens up a world of civilizations and discoveries. Yes, this is the curse of Oak Island. Over the years, Rick and Marty Lagena have spent countless hours digging and have discovered some top-pocket finds. Alex Lagena and Jack Begley joined diver Tony Sampson and underwater imaging expert Ken DeBoer in the waters in north of Oak Island to seek for signs relating to a possible buried dam near the swamp's northern region. But nature had something else in store for them. The most highly anticipated and possibly historic chapter of the 228-year-old Oak Island mystery is about to begin. If we look far back in time, the water level would have been lower. So, something here could have been on dry land at some point. So, what does it all mean? It means that any evidence of the construction, the submerged dam, might be out here in the water. Ken used a tethered remote-operated vehicle, or ROV, to assist Tony as he analyzed the probable man-made feature underwater. The ROV, which is equipped with thrusters and a high-definition camera, served as a second set of eyes for the crew, directing Tony toward any further targets of interest. Tony is permitted to scan the seafloor with a handheld metal detector, but he is not permitted to remove or disturb artifacts. If relevant clues or valuables are discovered, the team can seek for a special permit to retrieve and investigate them. Tony has a vision of perhaps hand-carved wood, which is a tremendously interesting find because we know from Xena's map that there's a dam somewhere along the water's edge. That would imply that humans were doing something around the north edge of the swamp. They just discovered a significant amount of pottery in Lot 5. Is it feasible, however, that the items Tony discovered are linked to some of the findings made in the last year within the two stone features on Lot 5? Artifacts that could date back to the 17th century. There are two possibilities here. The first is that the rocks have trapped this substance here, and the second is that it's a deposit. There's got to be a source for these things, but how can an ancient Chinese coin end up in Canadian waters? Does that mean it's been here for a long time? A coin. Unfortunately, until the team can present their evidence to the provincial government and hopefully obtain a special permit to remove and examine it, this potentially valuable discovery will have to remain on the ocean floor. A number of coins have been discovered on Oak Island, many of which have recently been discovered using metal detectors. What makes these artifacts interesting is that they are similar to those found on land, so they either came in on a ship or were part of a shipwreck that was blown up on shore. Wow. That's great. Or perhaps it came from people on the island itself. Now things are getting more interesting. In 2020, while searching between the swamp and the money pit on Lot 15, Jack and Gary discovered a coin of Chinese origin that is more than 1,000 years old, according to numismatist Sandy Campbell. Is it possible that Tony Sampson discovered the same type of coin just north of the Oak Island swamp? If so, could it and other items he discovered today be linked to an ancient dam feature that is thought to have been built more than 700 years ago to help create the swamp? Now it's exciting to know more about the Chinese coin. How does a Chinese coin end up in Canadian water? If this question is answered, we will have a clear picture of the buried dam and possibly of the life and things that existed in ancient times. However, the discoveries did not stop there. We've got a long way to go, discovering what nature has saved for us. Rick, Marty, and Craig joined Gary Drayton in searching for more clues near the area where 3 ancient coins were discovered just 2 days ago on the western side of the island. And they did indeed find what they were looking for. A coin! What kind of coin was that? Is it the same as the previous ones? Is there anything on the other side? The answer is here. This one is roughly the same size as the other. Is that a number written on it? If you can see something with your naked eye on it, there should be some details. It's some sort of squiggly design. Well, it appears to be the same as the others. We now have 4 new coins. This Lot 5 contains 5 coins that are all inexplicable. So we're going to get Sandy Campbell now. He's been here before, and he's an expert on coins, and he is going to tell us everything we need to know about these coins. Rick, Marty, and Craig Tester accompanying numismatist Sandy Campbell to the Interpretive Center to meet with Gary Drayton and Laird Niven. Sandy, with his 40 years of experience analyzing rare and ancient coins, should help the team figure out where the 4 mysterious coins discovered earlier this week on Lot 5 came from. Let's start with the first coin. This design dates from the 1500s or the 16th century. But to which culture is this referring? It is indeed British. This is the Tudor period. It's obvious that there's a portcullis there. It is still used on modern British coins. That's something from the Tudor monarchy. And here's another coin, a Bobby Dazzler of a coin, and this one is fairly obvious. The design of a Roman coin is fairly common. It's a coin from the Roman Empire, probably between 100 and 300 AD. This is the second coin discovered on Lot 5 in the past year that has been verified to be more than 1,000 years old and of Roman origin. Isn't it fascinating? The questions now are, when were they brought to Oak Island? And who brought them here? The next coin arrives, and it is quite different. It is unique in the sense that no one has ever seen anything like it before. So where did this coin originate? Any guesses? India. Yes, as in the 6th, 7th, or 8th centuries. So far, we have discovered English coins, Spanish coins, an Indian coin, and a Chinese coin. But the real question is, who collects all these strange, unrelated coins? We are just trying to make sense out of something that doesn't appear to make sense. We have another tiny coin to show you all. In comparison to the rest of the coins, it is actually quite small. The detail on this type of coin is quite noticeable. This is unmistakably Roman design. Is it a Roman coin? But what exactly do we see on it? It appears to be a male portrait. You have a more pointed chin and a larger nose. On the other hand, you have two conjoined people here. You know what I mean, BC. So this could be the oldest coin ever discovered on Oak Island. Amazing, right? This is quite remarkable to discover. On a coin that's over 2,000 years old, the design is quite prominent. 3 Roman coins were discovered on Oak Island. What does it imply? It's possible that if there's an ancient treasure, it will contain ancient items, possibly including a component of Roman coins. You must keep an open mind because, as Winston Churchill once said, facts are stubborn things. Here's the truth. We discovered those coins on Oak Island, and that is a proven fact. In 2016, Zena Halpern shared with the team a reported 14th century map of Oak Island that she believed was created by Knights Templar members, as well as a second believed Templar map of Nova Scotia dating back to the 12th century. Rick, Marty, and other team members have visited a number of sites in Europe that served as strongholds for the Knights Templar between the 12th and 16th centuries. Up there on one of the bricks is literally carved 1347, Portugal. It certainly appears to be more similar to what we have. Then there's Italy, which was once a part of the Roman Empire. This symbol has been seen before. They have seen carvings and structures similar to those found on Oak Island in each of these locations. Could Rick Lagena be correct in what he was claiming, that the ancient Roman coins discovered on Lot 5 and the mysterious structures discovered throughout the island provide proof that Zena Halpern discovered the true origin of the Oak Island mystery? What does nature have in store for us if these findings are correct? Things are getting really interesting and exciting to watch. What is the secret that we are gradually uncovering? Isn't it amazing that a tiny island has so much history and so many secrets that there is still so much for us to explore and discover? Still got more discoveries after 11 years. This tells us that there are a lot of stories from a long time ago going on this island, and there must be something else out there waiting to be discovered.